The blue-haired elf reacts in shock as she watches the scene unfold, while the elder and the blonde woman stand beside her, equally tense. She quickly realizes something unbelievable. Monroe managed to forge 2 galaxies of laws into his body in under 1,000 years, leaving her speechless. Another figure explains that with Monroe's extraordinary physique and his rare sun-rank talent, his strength may now surpass even the highest experts, making his rise astonishing. The elf tries to ease the tension, saying the outcome is already set. Whether Lu Sheng is at his best or not doesn't matter, because Monroe will inevitably win. The elder watches closely and cautions the others, reminding them that it's still too early to jump to conclusions because Lu Sheng hasn't lost yet. The blue-haired elf responds with a confident smile, suggesting they should simply wait and see how things unfold. Growing anxious, the elder clenches his fists and calls out to Lu Sheng, urging him to stay focused and hold himself together. Meanwhile, Lu Sheng's aura begins to surge violently as his wings spread wide, releasing a powerful burst of energy. Lu Sheng grits his teeth as a sharp surge of power floods through him, his voice trembling as he struggles to endure the impact. In the next moment, he unleashes a powerful roar, and his entire body glows as energy bursts outward like a rising storm. A massive column of blue light erupts from him, twisting upward with crushing force as the surrounding space begins to distort. Far above, several icy spheres form in the starry sky, gathering the energy he released into concentrated, floating cores. Lu Sheng appears in his fully transformed state, his body surrounded by icy blue energy as a crown-like symbol glows above him. He opens his eyes, the cold light shining sharply, and calmly apologizes for making everyone wait. The intense chill spreads across the arena, causing the spectators to tremble. They whisper in shock, noting how the freezing energy feels strong enough to freeze even a star. Lu Sheng floats high above the stage with massive wings of frost, while his opponent looks up at him, realizing the overwhelming difference in power. Lu Sheng smiles confidently, declaring that out of respect for the immortal bloodline, he'll finish the battle with his strongest punch. He raises his hand, demanding that his opponent kneel and acknowledge his power as the icy aura around him intensifies. A blinding burst of blue light erupts from above, signaling the release of his ultimate strike. His opponent steps forward calmly, his body glowing as he prepares to face the incoming attack without backing down. The battered fighter looks up silently, his expression steady despite the injuries covering his face. He lowers his gaze and reminds himself that he can't let her worry about him anymore, especially now when she needs to focus on the baby. As those thoughts settle, he braces himself while Lu Sheng's frozen punch comes crashing down with overwhelming force. A massive explosion of blue light erupts on impact, shaking the entire arena as the attack slams into the ground. The crowd reacts wildly, shouting that Lu Sheng is completely finished after witnessing the devastating impact. Some spectators insist this must be the peak of level 12 power, calling the outcome a one-sided massacre since Lu Sheng clearly wasn't at his best. But the blue-haired elf jumps up with excitement, while the elder beside her stares in disbelief, unsure why she's celebrating. Meanwhile, the blonde woman urgently orders them to rescue Lu Sheng before anything happens to him, and the elder immediately agrees. In the stands, the spectators tense up as several people rise from their seats, worried about what just happened in the arena. A girl cries out for her brother, unable to hold back her panic after witnessing the explosion. Nearby, another family breaks down as well, fearing the worst, though the father tries to reassure them that their son will be fine. The white-haired girl clutches her hand to her chest, her eyes trembling as she quietly prays for Lu Sheng, hoping he will be okay. The white-haired girl holds her stomach anxiously, unable to shake the fear that something terrible might have happened in the arena. Everyone turns their eyes to the giant screen as smoke and ice swirl together, hiding the result of the devastating impact. The announcer shouts in shock, wondering if the battle has already ended in that single overwhelming blow. In the crowd, some spectators confidently claim the outcome is obvious, saying that even if Lu Sheng survived, he must be gravely injured and the fight is already over. The crowd grows impatient, wondering why the result hasn't been announced yet, calling the wait boring. The announcer hesitates with the mic in hand, unsure if he should declare the match over. Just as he prepares himself, a sudden, blinding light bursts from the arena, catching his attention. A massive explosion flashes on the screen, shocking everyone as the announcer yells in disbelief. Lu Sheng meets the incoming attack head-on, blocking the frozen strike with a burst of fiery energy as the impact shakes the arena. His opponent laughs excitedly, claiming that the immortal bloodline has finally revealed its true strength. Lu Sheng smiles calmly and explains he had been too emotional earlier, which caused him to lose focus for a moment. Watching from the stands, the elder jumps in relief, shouting that Lu Sheng managed to catch the attack and is completely fine. The blue-haired elf watches the clash unfold and realizes with shock that this is the true power of the immortal bloodline. Lu Sheng and Monroe collide again, their fiery and icy energies crashing violently against each other. Monroe laughs in excitement, saying this is the kind of immortal he has always wanted to fight, calling the battle incredibly satisfying. As the clash intensifies, Monroe boasts that he never expected he'd get the chance to spill an immortal's blood with his own hands, calling it a surprising thrill. Lu Sheng smirks and answers Monroe's boast, mocking him by asking if he's even worthy of staining his hands with an immortal's blood. Their powers clash again, fiery red and icy blue spiraling together as both sides push forward with full force. Lu Sheng raises his hand, declaring that the Ice Age is over as flames ignite across his body. A blazing phoenix erupts behind him, and he unleashes Starry Sky 5th Season, sending a burst of scorching fire toward Monroe. Monroe bursts into laughter, thrilled that the battle has escalated into exactly the kind of fight he desired. With a fierce glare, he invites Lu Sheng to come at him, fully embracing the intensity of the clash. Monroe summons a massive ice dragon, its frozen form spiraling behind him with overwhelming force. Lu Sheng dives down through blazing flames, ready to collide head-on with Monroe's attack as both unleash their full strength. A massive blast erupts as Lu Sheng's flames collide head-on with Monroe's icy power, shaking the entire arena. The crowd jumps to their feet in excitement, shouting that the clash between the two looks like a battle between supermodel-tier fighters. The elder watches in disbelief, admitting that even he wouldn't survive a single exchange at their level and questioning how anyone could possess such overwhelming strength. Beside him, the blonde woman realizes the truth: both fighters have already pushed their combat power beyond level 12 and reached level 13. A figure in the audience grips the railing tightly, staring at the battlefield in shock. He trembles as he admits that the power of that bloodline is far beyond what he expected.